Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this beautiful session today. Um, it promises to be information packed, so make sure you don't have anything distracting you tonight. Please share the link to the class with someone you think it would be beneficial to. Share it on your WhatsApp status, your Facebook and Instagram story. Share it to your friends, family, and even foes. All right. So I'll try my best to ensure that this class does not take so much time. I'm looking to stay within the limit of 1 hour 30 minutes. Um there's a lot to unfold, and I hope that we will be able to do justice in that time. So I'm going to share my screen now, and I'm going to please give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can see my screen. All right. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can see my screen. Let me know. Okay. I'm guessing we are good then. Okay, so today we are going to be looking quickly at how to start earning online as a virtual assistant. I know some of you saw, you know, a post, or someone told you about this meeting, and you wanted to come learn one or two. So today we'll be learning how to start earning online as a virtual assistant. I'll be your instructor today. My name is Victoria. My students like to call me Coach V, and I guess before the end of this class, you would understand why they refer me to as that. So what will we be doing tonight? We'll be learning who a virtual assistant is, how virtual assistants make their money, 7 common mistakes that beginner virtual assistants make, and then step by step how to start earning online as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home, even as a beginner. All right. So who is this training for tonight? Individuals that are looking for a side hustle, right? Maybe you already have your 9 to 5 and you're looking for something, you can do on the side and still make legitimate income. Stay at home parents, business owners, anyone just looking to learn digital skills. We all know that in the 21st century, it is all digital skills. Everything has gone online, right? Not necessarily tech, but everything has gone online, and we need to move with the trend. Also, any students, recent graduates, this is a good training for you. Anyone who wants to transition into remote work, I believe that the class today would open your eyes into what it takes to work remotely. So if you're looking to transition into remote work, it's a good introductory class for you to understand how and what it takes. Also, corporate workers who are looking to improve their digital skills, this is a training that that you should also benefit from. So, a bit about the person who will be teaching you tonight. My name is Victoria Ezichukwu Obia. Like I said, my students like to call me Coach V. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two. I have worked from home now for over 3 years. So the main thing I do is when it's time for work, I come to my home office. I'm seated now at my home office, turn on my computer, work with my clients. When I'm done, log off, all from home. So I've been doing this for over 3 years now. And there are different platforms where we get job, but on one of the most popular platforms in this part of the world, Upwork, I have earned over $10,000 on that platform alone. So I'm a top-rated freelancer on that platform. That's just to give you a brief understanding why I am an authority when it comes to working remotely, right? I've worked with clients across the world, US, Canada, Asia, Europe, and it's been a delight basically. I am a licensed educator, so it means I'm a teacher. I'm registered I'm licensed with the TRCN of Nigeria, and I also have my master's in education in view. I'm the lead freelance coach at Career Crafters Academy. So at Career Crafters Academy, we teach people digital skills to help you, transition to remote work or to just improve your life generally using digital skills. We've trained over 2,000 people and we have hundreds of documented testimonials. What do we mean by documented testimonials? We mean people who have gone through our trainings and have gotten results, verifiable results. And we've posted, their testimonies across our channels. If it is not too much for you, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Victoria Ezechuku, on Instagram, Coach Victoria _, and on Facebook, Victoria Ezechuku Obia. We are verified on all these platforms. So um, I share a lot of useful tips on how to land a remote job. So do where to follow if that is your thing. So let's jump into this real quick. I would say that the biggest lesson that being a virtual assistant has taught me is that to make serious money online, you must have digital skills and use those digital skills to work for foreign clients. What do I mean? If you want to earn big, you need to have digital skills. Now, digital skills does not only refer to being a virtual assistant. Nowadays, everything has gone global. Even the hospital, you walk into the hospital, now they're using a computer to take your details, right? Serious hospitals. Your file, you're no longer carrying file from one place to another. Everything is in the system. They post you to the doctor, you just walk there, say your name and your card number. They want to set appointment for you. Everything is done over the computer. That is digital. Everything is going digital. So it is good to, learn how to use digital skills. It is no longer acceptable in 2025 to say, I don't know how to use a computer. No, it is not. You need to learn, right? And then after learning digital skills, to make serious money online, you need to use it to work for foreign clients. Yes, we have beautiful, clients that give remote work locally. I mean, a lot of our students have gotten job with Nigerian clients and they are working remotely, doing customer support, doing administrative support, all from home. And yes, the money they earn is, of course, higher than the minimum wage, right? But if you want to earn real money, it means you need to service clients abroad. These are people who have the spending power. Minimum wage over there is way higher than minimum wage over here. So yeah, that is the biggest lesson being a virtual assistant has taught me. So in this short training, I'll be teaching you how to go about that and how to achieve great results like myself and my students have been achieving. But you have to keep an open mind. So let's dive in to what we have for today. Who is a virtual assistant? Before I start blabbing and talking about who a virtual assistant is, please give a thumbs up in the chat if you're still here. You are not distracted already. This is just what less than 10 minutes into, we're about to read. We're done with introduction. We're about to start what we have for tonight. So give a thumbs up if you are still here with me. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So who is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is a remote office assistant or helper. So think of the word virtual and assistant. Virtual means you're not going to the office, you're working online using a computer or your phone. So you're working virtually. Assistant means, you're providing support, right? You are helping these people, providing support, whatever supports that it is. So basically, you could be working for different clients or working for just one client. Okay, so the way it works is you are not going to the office every day, right? You're not transporting or commuting to the office. You are basically working from anywhere, maybe your home, your a hospital. I've done that several times when my children were ill and I had to work from the hospital, right? Anywhere basically in the world, you're providing service to people who need it. All right. So and of course, you're earning in return for providing your service. So it's not like anybody's dashing you money. You're working for it. You're providing support to these people. Now, you could be providing administrative, creative, or technical services to these businesses, to these organizations, or even to individuals. So one man can say, okay, I am the founder of this company, or I am a HR person, or I am an accountant, but I need someone to support me. I need someone to help me. Just like having a secretary, right? And then you decide to get a virtual assistant. So the virtual assistant that will be working with the HR person will be carrying out different tasks from the virtual assistant who is working with the accountant, but they are both providing support services, right? So when you hear the word virtual assistant, it doesn't really tell what you do. It just tells us that you're providing support remotely. You're providing administrative or creative or technical services to people, either to the business or the individual. You're helping them reduce stress. You're helping them save time. You're helping them run the business smoothly without being in the same room with them or even in the same country, right? So most times virtual assistants work as independent contractor, although some are hired as full-time staff, right? But most companies, it's a way for them to reduce costs. So they don't bring you on as a full-time staff of the company. They bring you on like a contract staff, basically. So they are not responsible for, employee related taxes, insurance, some benefits like that. You're just a contract staff basically. But the beautiful thing is whatever they are paying you, especially if you are providing support to companies or individuals abroad, whatever they pay you, by the time you are converting it to our currency, it's, really good, right? It's really big. So there has been a boom in remote work basically since COVID-19. So when we had the whole COVID-19 thing where the whole world was locked down, you know, after a while, companies needed to work. They needed to, keep their company running. And then they had their staff working from home. We had news outlets, people are in their homes, broadcasting the news, right? Using their cameras or whatever. We had, except essential staff, but a lot of businesses moved remote. And that was when we saw a boom in the remote industry. Then clients realized that I don't need to rent an office space and buy computers and pay for security, pay logistics, pay for office supplies, pay for electricity, pay for cleaning, pay for everything to keep the office running. I don't need to do all of this, but I can still get people who would work and still provide this service for a fraction of the cost. So when a lot of services, especially small businesses, when they realize that, okay, I can employ somebody, especially someone from a third world country, and I can pay them much lower than I'll pay someone here, and they will still give me the same level of support, maybe even better. So this was what made the whole virtual assistant industry, there was a big boom in that. Um, yeah, so how do virtual assistants make money, right? We've established that virtual assistants provide support to people or businesses or organizations. So what do they do to make their money? Now, virtual assistants get paid to do things like replying emails, managing schedules, data entry, booking calls, customer service, real estate virtual assistants. So, all those agents that that are trying to sell their property or sell properties, sell houses or rent houses to people. Nowadays, especially abroad, they need people to help them. They need people to book the meetings. You don't even need to go to these houses now to see it. They can do a virtual tour. That is, they do a video of the place. You watch the video, you see everything. You are convinced that this is what you want before, you decide to do a on-site meeting. So they need people to assist them. We call those people real estate virtual assistants. We have administrative support, so you're helping them just run their business. You're helping them maybe communicate with vendors. You're helping them communicate with their customers. You're helping them just whatever it is they do. You're providing support to them. We also have people providing, creating graphic design, creative stuff for businesses. We have people doing bookkeeping and accounting services, travel assistance, social media management, IT services, project management, website building and maintenance, research, report, presentation. Just think of anything you can do online. You can provide that thing as a service to people. So if you're a lawyer, you can be a paralegal for a company, for a law firm abroad. You could be a law VA. You could work on contracts for people. You're an accountant already. You can do bookkeeping and accounting services, audit the books of companies abroad. You are into the health industry. You can work in telehealth, right? So it doesn't mean that you must start learning everything afresh. What you just need to learn is learn digital skills, learn tools that you can use to provide these services online. Then you can also use the knowledge you already have and then work as a virtual assistant. If you don't have any professional knowledge, then you can learn, those simple in-demand skills that people are looking for. Uh, Email management, calendar management, travel management. You can learn customer support. You can learn, simple data entry, social media management. Everybody now is on social media. Every business, every organization is on social media. They're looking for people to maintain their presence online. So you see that like I said earlier, the world is going digital, and it is good that you position yourself so that you can also eat out of the national cake or the international cake. All right. So moving on, what do we charge clients as a virtual assistant, especially if you are targeting, um, foreign clients, right? We could work hourly. So it depends on the client. They could say, okay, we'll pay you for every hour you work for us. It could be anything from, yeah, we know there are people who take as little as $3 per hour, right? We know the Philippines and the Indians, some of them go as low as $3 per hour. We have people doing $5 per hour, 7, 6, 8, 10, 15. You can even go as high as 50, depending on the service you are rendering. Let's say you are doing bookkeeping services. You're an accountant, you are auditing their books. You can charge as high as $50 per hour to go through their books, right? So we charge according to what we are going to do for you. We charge according to our expertise. We charge according to the market demand, right? So if it is an hourly tax, we can, charge you hourly. But some people charge according to the project. So you tell them what your project is. You tell them, okay, I want you to do this, 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 and then we can decide to say, okay, for this project, I'll charge you $500, or I'll charge you 1,000, or I'll charge you $100, depending on how bulky the project is. Then we also have monthly retainer. So they could bring you on board and say, okay, we'll be paying you monthly just to, help us. So maybe 500. I mean, there's a lady, her name is Gifted. She just sent me her offer this evening, just before this class started. She got a job on Upwork paying her $1,000 monthly. Like, she attended our training in April of this year, and this is what, October. She has gotten a job paying her $1,000 per month. Now, if you convert that to Naira, you see that she's doing very well. She doesn't even necessarily need to get another job, except, she wants to expand. But monthly, she work. It's not free money. She works, she gets, paid at the end of the month. So these are different ways that virtual assistants, earn money. All right. So what are the benefits of being a virtual assistant? I would say, from my own perspective, the benefits of being a virtual assistant. I'm a virtual assistant. I've been doing this for over 3 years now. I would say the one reason why a lot of people become virtual assistants is that it is very lucrative. It is very lucrative. Now, according to Zapier, virtual assistants in the US, they make an average of 29,000 a year. That is virtual assistants in the US. That means they're earning anything from $19 per hour. And this depends on your skill and experience. Of course, it's different across the world. Now, Gifted that got that 1K job, it means in a year she will earn $12,000, right? And that person who gets a $10 per hour job might end up earning, more or less. And that person who decides to go for a $3 per hour job might earn less, right? So your earning is not defined like you're a government worker. No, it depends on what services you're providing, how you're able to present yourself to the clients and let them know you're worth a particular amount. When I started working, the rate I was charging, I cannot work for that kind of rates now. In fact, when I see jobs like that, I don't even bother applying. I just forward them to my student because I have passed that level, right? I have gained expertise, I have gained experience, I have gained knowledge, and now clients, I charge them for that expertise. So it is actually lucrative as a virtual assistant. Another thing is you have the freedom to manage your schedule, right? Especially if you get a like a project-based job, or a job where you just do the things you need to do and submit. Then you can decide when you work. You can say, okay, I have a task that's going to take me 5 hours. Okay, I can decide to do it very early in the morning from 6 to 11, and I'm done for the day, right? I'm done. I can do any other thing I do. Or if it's a job where I have to clock in at a particular time and clock out at a particular time, I chose that job. I decided, okay, yes, that time works for me. And I took on that job, right? So you have the freedom to manage your schedule to a large extent. It's not like you sleep all day and no, it's just that, it's a bit more flexible than when you have to go to the office. When you have to go to office, you have to consider your commute time, right? Maybe it takes you 1 hour to get to the office. So you calculate that 1 hour to go, 1 hour to come back. That's 2 hours of time you're not being paid for, right? But being a virtual assistant, every time you are working on a task, you are earning, right? So you can also set your rates. One beautiful thing about working remotely or working online is that your rates would keep increasing. Your rates can keep increasing even if your salary does not increase. Let me give an example. There was a job I got, some time back, and they were paying me a particular amount. Now, when inflation happened, that the naira fell, you would agree with me that if I was collecting, let's say, 500,000 before, by the time dollar fell, I mean, not sorry, naira fell, my money increased. It increased to maybe, I'm giving an example, maybe 600 or 700, right? Now, if I was earning that money in naira, whether naira fall or in rise, I will still be earning that 500. So basically, it just means that if there's an inflation, at least I have like a cushion effect. So even if things increase a bit in the market, my salary has also increased a bit to meet up with those, price increase. So basically, that's a flexibility that I enjoy, and people who work with foreign clients enjoy, right? So you can work from anywhere. You save on transportation. You don't need to pay, to go to work, except sometimes when maybe you just want a change of scenery, you just want to go to a new place and work, maybe a coffee shop or a restaurant, anywhere. You just but day to day, you don't necessarily need to pay on transportation. You can dress anyhow. I know some people like that. I don't know if you've seen any funny skits like that where the person is in an interview or in a Zoom meeting and they're only wearing a shirt and wearing a boxers below. Then something happens and they mistakenly stand up and then people see that they're wearing a boxers. I mean, I'm seated like this. You don't know exactly how I'm dressed, right? Because you just see the upper part of my body. Oh, that's if we have a meeting. It's not every time you are in a meeting. If I don't have a meeting, I just carry out my tasks. I don't necessarily need to dress up, right? And then you can work with several clients. I love this part. You can work with several clients. So there has never been a time I don't have at least 2 clients I'm working with. Never, because you are flexible. You have that flexibility. 9 to 5 hours, they leave their home maybe 7 or 6 or 8, depending. They get to work, they work all day, and then they return. It's very hard for them to sneak in another you know um client in there. But virtual assistants, whatever time you're working, even if you're working 8 hours, you can still sneak in a few projects just to for even just for having sake, right? So you can actually work with several clients at the same time. So these are benefits that I can say are really worth it as well. So moving on, someone would ask me, can Africans benefit from this too? Is it possible? It sounds so big. How how would these people agree to work with someone like me? Is it possible? Wow, I'm just hearing this for the first time, or I've heard this before, but I don't trust it. Is it possible? Well, I'm here to tell you tonight that it is 101% possible. Number one, I am a living proof of this. I am a living proof of this. Now, on Upwork alone, is it my screen that has this plenty line? Let me stop sharing and share again. Okay, I guess it's better now. Okay, so as I was saying, on Upwork alone, I've actually done more than 10K, right? But the way they lump it, they do 1K, in fact, 10, 100, 1K, 20K, like that, like that, like that. So as of when I took this screenshot, I had done over $10,000 on Upwork alone. Now, Upwork is not the only platform we get jobs. In fact, my full-time, remote job was not gotten on Upwork. So on Upwork, I just get side gigs that I add to what I am doing, right? So on this platform alone, I've done $10,000. Working 20 jobs, you see I've done over 20 jobs, right? So it means clients from across the world. I've never worked with an African client. When I mean African, I mean someone living in Africa. I've worked with African Americans, right? So it means that there is opportunity out there. There is opportunity out there. You also see I have 100% job success score. This is like after you complete a job, clients will leave a review for you. That is why, you can't afford to you can't afford to do your work anyhow or do it shabbily or haphazardly because it can impact your ability to get another job. That's the truth. So if you work for a client and you don't impress the client or you don't do what you promised to do and the client is, not happy and then they leave a 1 star, it will drop your job success score so bad. I have a student, she attended our training in I think last year, May. She was doing all fine on Upwork, and then one time she concluded a job. According to her, the client was, happy with the job. But then the client left a very poor score for her, and her job success score dropped to 46%. 46%. Her. It was when she came and told, she shouted me, Coach, something happened. I said, what happened? She said, hey, I just saw my job success score now, it's 46%. I was like, I don't understand how. Because I know her. I know her to be someone who is, serious. How? She said, I don't know. The client seemed happy about the job, blah, blah, blah. I said, give me your link. Let me go and check. She gave me her link. I saw it 46%. I say, let us wait. Maybe it's a network glitch because I just didn't want to believe it. Because for you to get 46%, it will be hard for you to get another job on that platform. It turned out she actually got that 46%. So she had to pause on Upwork for a while. And then she started exploring other platforms. And she was able to get jobs on other platforms. Now, this year, this happened last year. This year, we used to have our town hall meeting, Career Crafters Academy town hall meeting from time to time, where our past students come together and, we learn new things. Sometimes we just discuss, okay, how are you doing? What challenge are you having? How did you get your job? People share their stories. So she shared her story in that meeting, and it just struck me that, okay, we need to work on this lady's Upwork. So one day I got an invitation. A client I had worked with in the past anyway. I got an invitation. The client wanted to hire. So I had to tell the guy, okay, I'm occupied right now, but I have somebody that, can work with you. So I invited her to apply for the job. She did. She was interviewed, but I guess the guy was, because of the whole 46% job success score. But thankfully, it was her time. She applied for another job on Upwork, and the person also interviewed her and asked her the same question. Why do you have 46% job success score on your Upwork? And then she explained how I did this job. The client was happy, but blah, blah, blah. And then the guy was like, okay, I will go ahead to hire you, but I hope I'll get the best. And she's like, promising heaven and earth. Oh, yes, I will. Thankfully, she got the job, right? So why am I giving this story? It's not just about getting a job. It's about giving your very best while you are doing the job so that you can get good reviews that would lead up to getting you better jobs. All right. So basically, we have hundreds of documented testimonials on our pages where you can see job offers from other people who have gone through our training. If you go on our Facebook page, either my personal one or our the Academy's own Career Crafters Academy, you go on my Instagram, Coach Victoria underscore, you would see a lot of our student job offers, and you see that it is possible that Africans can benefit from the online market, the online job market. We also had Uche, who got a $1,200 monthly job uh, as a sales development representative. She learned how to do sales development in our training, and she got a job paying her $8 per hour. And when she calculated it in a month, she'll be getting like $1,200 monthly. So it's possible. This one I can beat my chest. I can even, while sleeping, you wake me up and ask me, is it possible? I'll tell you it's very possible. I am a proof. My students are also proof that it is possible. So do you understand now why I say you need digital skills and foreign clients if you want to do it big? Because how many 9 to 5 jobs in Nigeria can pay you that amount, right? Really, if we're being honest, how many? Not so much. Okay, so where do we find these foreign clients? I don't, someone will say it's a free class. Why are you showing us where we can find a client? Because I understand that just telling you the name of these platforms is not the only thing that can help you. I tell you, okay, you can find clients on Upwork, you go and open an Upwork account. Every platform has the way it works. Every platform has the do's and don'ts. Every platform has secrets to how it works. So I have seen a screenshot. I don't know how true, but I saw that screenshot trending one time where somebody went on Upwork and created an account, and the person name is Miss something something something. Like those people that put Miss Pablo, those kind of thing. That was the person's name on the platform. And I was like, this is because this person does not have the right information. When you are creating accounts on these platforms, you use your real name. Because when you want to collect your money, you have to use a bank account that has your real name. If it's not a bank account that has your name, your money is stuck. So if the name you're using to open an account on Upwork is different from the name on your account, there's a problem. And then to even verify your account on these platforms, you need your valid ID card. So these are things that not everybody knows, right? That's why sometimes, yes, it's good to, watch YouTube videos, but sometimes you need someone who has gone through this thing to actually, open your eyes for that. So where can we find foreign clients? Upwork is one platform. It's one of the most popular platforms on the African continent, and it's a good place actually to get work. We have Freelancer. I've gotten job on Freelancers. A lot of our students have gotten jobs on Freelancer. We have Fiverr. We have Hubstaff Talent. We have TopTal. We have Guru. We have 99 Designs. 99 Designs is more for graphic design people. We have LinkedIn. Yes, you can get jobs on LinkedIn. We have People Per Hour. A lot of platforms. We have 101 of platforms where you can get jobs, where you apply and, go through interview, pass the interview and get a job. So yes, it is legit. All right. Now let's quickly move to the 7 common mistakes beginner VAs make when trying to find clients. What are those things that people are doing that is making them not to get jobs? Remember, for some people, you already have a skill that you can provide as a service. You already, maybe you've already worked as a secretary before, or you've already worked as an administrative assistant, or you've already worked as a lawyer. You're a lawyer, you are a medical assistant, you are an accountant, or you do bookkeeping. You already have skills that people are looking for. So you should be able to, package your skill and get a client. But some people are not getting this client. So why? What are those mistakes they are making? The mistakes are wanting to do everything for everyone. If you are servicing everybody, you are servicing nobody. The truth is, you cannot work for everybody. On the Upwork platform alone, thousands of jobs are posted every day. You cannot apply to all of those jobs. You cannot work for all of those clients. You cannot provide services to all of those clients. So if you are trying to be everything for everyone, it's just you will burn out. And even if people will not take you seriously, these people will not take you seriously. Trying to make money online with offline skills. Some of you, yes, you have years of experience in your field, you're a professional in your field, but you have not learned how to bring your skill online. You've not learned how to utilize the skill you already have to working remotely using the same proposal and cover letter. So when we are applying for jobs, we write what we call proposals and cover letters. If you're using the same one to apply to every job, you are wasting your time. So let me tell you a bit of secrets. Even your resume, you don't use the same resume to apply for every job. Why? If, for example, I am a customer service person, you will agree with me that the person who is working as a customer service rep in a hospital, their role will be different from a customer service rep in a bank. Their day-to-day activity will be different. Why? Even though they are both providing support to customers, their day-to-day activity is different. The bank person, people are coming to meet them, telling them my ATM, is expired, or I tried to make a purchase using my ATM and I was debited, but no, the person did not receive the money, right? Or they are trying to get a new ATM card, or they are trying to, their app is not working. So you see different problems that you'll be solving in your day-to-day as a customer service rep in a bank. Hospital customer service reps, people working, they are sick, you are trying to, help them, let them know the process they need to go through. You are opening a file for them, you are forwarding their details to relevant departments, you are giving them appointments. So you see, you are both bearing customer service rep, but your roles are different, right? So using the same proposal and cover letter to apply for, say, these different jobs is a problem, right? Then not having a presentable portfolio for all potential clients, relying only on Upwork and Fiverr, waiting to be perfect before applying for jobs, not learning how to handle interview and sales call. It's not enough just to apply. When you apply, they're impressed by you. They bring you on for interview. So how do you handle that? So let's talk about each of these mistakes one by one. The first one, wanting to do everything for everyone. I think I've already explained this to a point, right? You cannot be the same thing for everybody. You have to find what works for you. You have to find what you like to do. You have to find what the client is willing to pay for. What people want, what you like, what they are willing to pay for. Find a middle ground in all of this and then provide that service. So if I like to talk, what are people willing to pay me for to talk? I can decide to say, okay, I like to talk, so I would work as a teacher. Now, if I go and work as a teacher in a nursery school in my area, they might pay me maybe 50,000 naira monthly. But if I take down my same talking skills and then go and work as a salesperson in a company abroad, I will earn 10 times or 20 times what that teacher will earn. So you see, you need to take what you love, what people are willing to pay for, right? Find a balance and provide that as a service. So you cannot do everything for everyone. Number two, trying to make money online with offline skills. So you've worked as a secretary for years, or you've worked as a receptionist for years. So normally as a receptionist, people walk into the company, you greet them, you give them the paper file to fill or folder, they fill, you collect it, you carry the paper to the relevant office, that is offline skills. But now, if you want to work as a virtual assistant, as an online receptionist, or as an online administrative support person, so now you will be using a computer because now people will be filling their forms online. You will not see them to give them paper form. So you will be the one sending them documents for them to fill their form and return. You will be the one sending these documents to the relevant office. You will be the one booking appointment for these people to have maybe online meetings or even come to the office directly. So you're just providing your service online. So if you don't know how to use a computer, you don't know how to use simple tools like Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google uh calendar to make appointments, you don't know how to, use these digital tools, you are still backward. So you need to upgrade yourself and update yourself so that you can be relevant in this 21st century. So clients don't care about your title as much as they care about their project and time. I always tell our students, the client, in fact, the way I say it, I will tell them, The client don't give an F about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family problem. They don't care about your age or your gender or your marital status. They don't care about all these things. What do they care about? I have a problem. Can you solve the problem? If you prove to them you can solve the problem, they bring you on board. When they even bring you on board and you are helping them and they are happy, they will be willing to go all out for you. My company uh got me the internet I use, Starlink's internet. They sent it to me. They pay monthly for it. Why? It's not just because they like me. It's because they realize, okay, this person is an asset. She's doing her job well. She's giving us what she wants. We want to make sure that internet is not a problem for her. Okay, she's in Nigeria where internet can be an issue. So we want to make sure that she does not have any problem with internet. So what do? And we get her Starlinks and then we pay for her monthly. They're not doing it because they like me. Yes, I'm enjoying the benefit because now everyone in my home, once you're at home, you have free Wi-Fi unlimited. But they are not doing it because they like me. They are doing it because they want to ensure that I keep doing my job right. So clients don't care about your title as much as they care about their project and time. So if they have to now be the one to come and start teaching you how to use these tools required for a project, you're wasting their time. They prefer to work with people who already know how to use these tools. People who they don't have to start teaching you from scratch. Even if they will teach you anything, they don't want to start from the foundation. You already have the foundational knowledge. They will decide to go better with people who, they don't have to start teaching you from scratch. They don't have to start teaching you the tools needed to work online. They don't have to start teaching you how to use Google Sheet or, no. You already have those knowledge and you can fly with it. Okay. Then, what are some of these tools that we use to work online? We have communication and collaboration tools. These are tools we use to, send messages and receive messages, tools for chat, email, voice, video, messaging. We have tools for sharing files. So you're working online, you need to send documents to your client. You need to receive documents. So these are tools for sharing and storing files securely. All right. We have calendar and scheduling tools. Calendar and scheduling tools. What do we use these tools to, manage appointments, schedule appointments? Yeah, this is what we use for this. All right. Then we have what we call project management tools. Project management tool. These are tools we use to manage projects. We use it to assign tasks to the relevant person. We use it to, you know, communicate with our team. Your client wants to give you a task to carry out, they can just send it to you on the maybe your Slack or your Trello or your Asana, you know all that good stuff. You're using it to manage tasks, manage deadlines, and collaborate with other people. We have customer relationship management tools. These are tools you use to communicate and track your clients. Use it to communicate and track your clients or customers. So these are tools you need to learn how to use basically so that when a client is saying, okay, I want you to work in our customer support team, you'll be using a CRM. You will not go and be asking them, how do I use CRM? No, you are hitting the ground running. Whatever they will be teaching you will just be okay. In this company, this is how we do here. This is how we greet. These are the frequently asked questions. Um, this is if the issue is too much for you. This is who you escalate the matter to. That's what they want to teach you. They don't want to start teaching you how to use a CRM. So basically, if you want to have a productive online career, you need to learn these tools. Then let's look at an example of a job description. This job was posted online, and let's just look at what the client wants. It's a normal, a virtual assistant position. Now, let's read it together. They said the virtual assistant will be a vital team member, contributing to the smooth operation of our retail location and supporting our mission to enhance early childhood education. This role involves providing remote administrative support, coordinating between departments, and assisting with customer service remotely. Now, those 1, 2, 3 things is just what you'll be doing. Providing remote administrative support. That's maybe in the morning you check in with your team lead. They give you your tasks for the day. Coordinating between departments. Let's say You are coordinating with the IT team, you are sending them information, with the finance team, you're just, sending emails and communicating with these people. And then you are communicating with customers. That is your job in that company. Now, the salary range for that job is $800 to $1,000 monthly. It seems like a full-time job, but it's not specified, but I want to assume it is. Then what is required? The responsibility, or what the basic requirements. They said manage schedule and appointment using Google Calendar. So it means for this job, you need to know how to use Google Calendar. Support administrative tasks such as data entry in Airtable. Responsible in importing Eventbrite bookings to our CRM and Google Calendar. Help our customer service on scheduling and rescheduling. Support onboarding. Provide customer service via phone and email. So you will communicate with customers through phone and through email. Facilitate team communication through Slack. So Slack is like a communication channel within the team. Assist in project coordination and task tracking. Now, I know this thing I just read might sound so big, but they are just simple things you learn. You learn how to use Google's Calendar. You learn how to use Slack. You learn how to use CRM. In fact, if they say they need 5 things and you know how to use 4, it's already a good reason why you should apply. But if you don't know how to use anyone, you only know how to use one, then, you know, it might just pass you by, right? So this is the importance of knowing how to use these online tools. Number 3 mistake is using the same proposal and cover letter for all potential clients. So like I said before, you don't use the same resume, you don't use the same cover letter, you don't use the same proposal to apply for 10, 20 jobs. No, it's not right, because every job is different. Every client is different. What they need from you is different. So you can't use the resume you use to apply for a bank job to apply to a hospital job, because the tools that the bank will be using will be different from the tools that the hospital will be using. So it doesn't, work hand in hand. All right. Number 4, not having a presentable portfolio. What's a portfolio? A portfolio is a document that you show to clients to show them your past work, to show them what you've done, to convince them and prove to them that you can handle their tax. So the way I like to explain portfolio is you you are getting married, or you have, a very big event to attend. Or let's use getting married. A lot of people say it's the best day of their life. You're male or female. Let's say a suit or a dress, and you're looking for someone to make the dress for you. So you see 2 stores, Mr. A and Mr. B. You walk into Mr. A's store. Now, when you walk in, there is no, clothes, there's no mannequin with any dress. You just walk in, and you talk to Mr. A and tell Mr. A, okay, I want to make a dress for my wedding. And he's like, oh my God, you've come to the right place. We will do it for you. I made the dress for Obasanjo's daughter. I made the dress for Tunumbu's son. I would do this, I would do that. A lot of sweet talk. But you've not seen any of his work, right? You look around, you just see clothes, maybe materials, but you don't see an already made dress, right? So even though Mr. A, tells you the big name, he calls big names he's worked with in the past, but there's no proof. And then you're still window shopping, and you walk into Mr. B's store. From the entrance, there is a beautiful wedding dress. There's a beautiful gown or a beautiful, well-tailored suit. And then you walk into the store, and you're welcomed, you sit down, and then Mr. B starts showing you pictures or videos, or maybe on his Instagram page or Facebook page. He starts showing you, you know, videos of when he was dressing a bride or dressing a groom on their wedding day, show you his finished work, tag some of his past clients. It just shows you proof. Who do you think you'll be more convinced to work with? Let me know. Is it Mr. A or Mr. B? Please drop it in the comments, in the chat. Who would you feel more comfortable giving the dress of this special day of yours to? Who would you sleep, just give your measurement and go and sleep? So from what I can see in the comments, a lot of us say Mr. B. And it's true. It is not just about talk. Talk is cheap. People want to see what you've done. Now, imagine a client who you're just speaking to via, virtual meetings. You've not seen them. So how are they sure that you can deliver what you say you can deliver? That is where your portfolio comes in. It is a document that contains, so documentation of your past work. If you don't have a presentable portfolio, how are you able to convince the client that you can do the job? So yes, a lot of newbies don't have portfolio. They don't even know where to start in, generating one. So yes, it's a problem. It's a mistake that you need to fix. All right. Number five, relying only on one job platform, maybe only on Upwork or only maybe on Fiverr. Now, imagine the lady I was talking about who got 46% job success score on Upwork. Imagine if she only relied on Upwork. After she got that score, her ability to gain clients kind of reduced. So if she did not diversify and also explore other platforms, what would have become of her? So you see, you don't rely on one platform. I always tell people my main jobs, I did not get them from Upwork. I got them from other platforms. You utilize different platforms, see what works for you, see the one you are in sync with. And in fact, only applying on job platforms is not the only way to get jobs. You can pitch yourself to clients. You can reach out to them directly. You can say, okay, I want to work with this type of industry. I go and look for them, chat them directly, present my portfolio, let them know the problem they have that I can solve. Sometimes let them know the problem that they don't even know they have that I can solve, right? Let's say, for example, you did your research and you realize that this person, he's a tech founder, but his company does not have good social media presence. Then you go and, communicate with him and let him know. I've noticed that you don't have a good social media presence. Do you know you can get clients from social media? Present it in a very sweet way. And it's like, oh, that's true. Then you present yourself as a solution. This is how I can help you. And they bring you on board, you've gotten a job. So you don't rely only on freelance platforms to get jobs. Number six, waiting to be perfect before applying for jobs. See, if you're waiting to be perfect in this life before you do anything, you have a long way coming. I always tell people start from somewhere, right? Yes, maybe you learned a virtual assistant skill before you start applying to the $10 or $15 or $20 per hour job. Start small. Start applying to those smaller ones. Use it to build yourself up, or even intern with people. Volunteer, learn, gain confidence, and then gain mastery of your skill. So don't wait until you're perfect before start putting your leg into the water. No, put a step, small, 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 small. Before you know it, you are flying high. Number seven, not learning how to handle interview and sales call. So in interviews, you are selling yourself. Our in-house HR person, the person who teaches us resume and CV in Career Crafters Academy during our trainings, that's something he always says that has stuck with me. It's always in my head. He always says, interview is a game. Only the best man wins. So the person who gets the job is not necessarily the smartest. It's not necessarily the person who can do the job best. But if you are able to communicate to this client that you are the best thing after jollof rice, they will just take you with two arms, right? So you need to learn how to handle interviews. Interview is just like sales. You are selling yourself. So it's a sales call. You are selling, you're selling, you're selling yourself. Now, this is also something, we teach how to do in our training, interview preparation. So these are seven mistakes that some people make. If you're able to start correcting these mistakes, you're on your way to better things, right? So, of course, it's not a day job. It's not something you do in one day. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes effort. It takes, time. But if you can avoid these mistakes, making money as a virtual assistant is going to be easier for you. But how? Right? But how? So how do you start earning as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home, even though you are a total beginner? Number one step, identify your skill and strength. Identify what you like to do. Identify what gives you joy. Identify your superpower, that thing you do that, you know, that people applaud you for. let's say when you speak, when you talk to people, people are like, wow, this person has a beautiful voice. Maybe you just know how to calm people down. You know how to, relate with people, even when they want to fight. You know how to just calm them down and make them, feel relaxed. Maybe you know how to sell snow to an Eskimo. You have sweet mouth. Maybe you are just good with organization. You know how to organize things. You know how to plan events. You know how to, find out what you are good at, and then find out people who are willing to pay for that thing you are good at, right? Then, if you need to learn more things to build that thing you're good at, you need to get the needed skill sets. Find your niche using your strength and skills. So for me, I have learned that I do well anything that has to do with maybe teaching or has to do with communications, right? So all the roles I take on has to do with communication. I found out that that is what I do well. So everything I have to do has to do with communication. So find your niche using your skills and strengths. Then when you found out what you can be good at or what people are willing to pay you for, it's not just to be good at something. Are they willing to pay you for that thing? Once you find that out, you learn, you build yourself because, of course, a lot of people all over the world are also able to do that stuff. So you need to stand out. So you need to learn, you need to improve yourself. And then when you have learned, you need to prepare and package your portfolio. So even as a beginner who has not done any work before, you can prepare your portfolio, you can package your portfolio as well, right? There are ways to do that. Then you master how to write proposals. You master how to apply in a way that the client is just like, I want to see this person. In fact, there's this current client I'm working with. She's based in Puerto Rico. I was working one day, one afternoon. I was on my computer, and I just got an email alert that so person has hired you for. I'm like, from where? No interview, no, we've not spoken in the past. And immediately I just sent her a message. Oh, hello. I saw you hired me. When are you available for a quick call so I can understand your needs? And so she's like, okay, give me 15 minutes. 15 minutes after, we jump on a call, and that was the first time we're speaking. Spoke. She told me to tell her about myself, what I've done in the past. So it's like she was interviewing me after she had hired me. So I talked to her, spoke to her, we laughed. I have a way of, making them feel comfortable with me. So we talked and laughed. And, after that talk, she asked for my, we now she told me exactly what she needed. So I explained to her that what she needs, what she has hired me for, what she needs is higher than that. And so we had to create a new contract for something higher than that, right? Why did she just see my profile and move on to hiring? Because I presented myself as a solution, as a problem solver, right? So you need to learn how to write your proposals, you need to write your cover letters on any freelance platform where you are going to be using. You need to position yourself in a way that clients will see you, and they can't wait to hire. They can't just wait to bring you on board, right? You also need to improve your interview skills, right? So apart from the fact that we do a bit of interview simulation in our training, you can also, when you have interviews, you can watch videos like YouTube videos. In fact, what I actually teach my students is when you have an interview, right? Copy the job descriptions. The job description. Go to ChatGPT, paste it. ChatGPT, you applied for this position and now you've been called for an interview. Tell it to give you the probable questions and answer for this interview. It will bring up several questions. If you practice with those questions, I can assure you when you get into the interview, number one, it builds your confidence because it's like you already have an idea of what they will ask. Even if they don't ask in those exact words, when they ask you something, you already know how to answer. So you are confident. And these people can see when you're confident. So you're confident, you already have good answers to their questions, right? You're able to sell yourself in the interview, which leads to the job, right? So you keep putting yourself out there, applying for jobs. We have people who have gotten job from Facebook. We have people who have even gotten job from my comment section on Facebook. I had one real estate lady who, I don't know, she's from the US. I don't know how she found my page because I always post about virtual assistants, right? She commented on one of my posts and said, I see you train virtual assistants. Uh, I'm looking for a virtual assistant. This is what we are looking for. Quickly, I chatted her up. Okay, can you explain what the tax is? She told me. I said, okay, I'm going to send people to you. I cannot do all the jobs out there now. So I, sent some of our students to her. She interviewed and hired. So you can get jobs from anywhere. Clients are all over the place. You can get jobs from anywhere, right? So you put yourself out there and you apply for jobs. Keep applying, right? Uh, the lady I said that got a $1,000 monthly job this evening, she attended her training in April. This is October. She might have been getting some smaller jobs, but this is like her first big job. So April to October, if she has, decided to just abandon what she has planned, what do you think will become of her? So it is something you keep pushing, you keep, putting yourself out there, you keep putting your best foot forward. Yeah, it sounds easy, but sometimes you need people who will push you. For example, as I have posted her review this evening on our alumni group, that okay, this person got job, it gingers people. They will go and start applying. They will start applying. Once they go on a spree like that, you see people will come back and say, Coach, I've gotten a job. I post again. People say, someone, this person has gotten a job. They enter field again, So being in a community of fellow or like mind is also a good push for you. Trust me, it's a good push. It's not easy on your own, just applying to, jobs, applying without any motivation. Every Monday in our alumni group, I post motivational, talk, give them tips for the week, tell them what to do. Last week, I told them any client that has ghosted you, go and send them message, go and chat them up. One student went and, let's start chatting on the people that have ghosted her. Ghosting means maybe they've interviewed you and they just went silent, or maybe they were interested, but they just went silent. Go and send them a message. She sent, she got reply, fixed interview. So you see, it's a continuous thing. It's something you need to keep working, improving, learning, updating, putting yourself out there. To earn big money, you have to do big things. All right. So far, you found out who a virtual assistant is, how virtual assistants make their money, the benefits of being a virtual assistant, 7 common mistakes that beginner virtual assistants make, and how to start earning online as a virtual assistant. So I've given you the breakdown, the full steps, how to start earning online as a virtual assistant from the comfort of your home. Even as a beginner, I'm going to take those steps again. The first one, identify your strength and skills, get the needed skill set, find your niche, prepare and package your portfolio, master how to write proposals and cover letters, improve your interview and sales call skills, put yourself out there and start applying for job. I hope that you've learned something today, right? Does this process feel like something you can do? Now ask yourself, this process, which one can I do on my own and which one do I need help with? So when it comes to identifying your skills and strengths, yes, you can do that on your own, right? When it comes to getting the needed skill sets, okay, where do I get them? Or how do I get them? Of course, you have to learn from somebody. Whether you pay for a training or not, you must learn from somebody. Nobody's an island. That's the truth. Either you're watching YouTube videos or you are attending a training like ours in Career Crafters Academy, you just have to learn from somewhere, right? Then you're finding your niche and strengths, you're preparing and packaging your portfolio. So ask yourself, can I prepare and package my portfolio myself? Do I even know how to make a portfolio, right? Um, how do I write proposals and cover letters? How do I write proposals and cover letters? How can I ensure that my interview is top notch, or that I pass interviews? How do I apply for jobs the right way? Can I do this myself, or I need some form of help, or I need someone who have done this and gained success and has also taught people and has also, they've gained success as well, right? Would you prefer someone who's an expert in getting remote jobs to guide you, or would you rather make your mistakes and get lost along the way? or get mediocre results. Yeah, there are people who, they learn on their own. They're very good, watching videos and implementing. But you would agree with me that you can't take out the place of someone who is showing you step by step how to get started. You can't. Even I had someone who showed me step by step how to get started. All right. So let's just see some career crafter students job offers. We have Samson here who got a job paying in rupees. So it's not only dollars that we do. Dollars, pound, euro, any currency, as long as you're doing legit work for the client. And you can see more of these testimonials on any of our pages online, on our Facebook, or you go on our website, career-craftersacademy.com, read more of the testimonies from our students who have gone through our trainings and are doing very well. We have Valentina who got a $5 per hour gig working as a business manager and executive assistant for a company abroad. $5 per hour, right? So right now you have two options. Option one, find an excuse and leave the class. Forget everything you have heard today. That's your first option. Option two, make it happen once and for all under my guidance. This life is all about choices. You can choose whatever works best for you. All right. Like Jeff Bezos once said, 3 good decisions a day is enough. So if you want to make it in life, you need to keep making good decisions. 3 good decisions a day is enough, right? And today you have to make one decision. Life is all about decisions, whether good or bad. So for those of you who want to like fast track your success, you don't want to walk blindly, you don't want to stumble and fall, you want to fast track your success, right? Let me introduce to you the Digital Skills Training Program, which is a 5-week intensive training where you will learn how to earn in dollars from the comfort of your home, working for foreign clients. Who is this digital skills training for? For individuals looking for a legitimate side hustle, for stay-at-home parents, for business owners, for anyone looking to learn digital skills. So whether you want to work online or not, you want to ensure that you are up to date with the latest trends and tools that people are using in the 21st century workplace. Students and recent graduates, anyone who wants to transition into remote work, corporate workers looking to improve your skill. Only you learned how to use typewriter in 1970, and that's the only thing you've learned. We are no longer using typewriter. The only thing you know how to do is type on Microsoft Word. There are a lot of new things out there that you need to learn to be updated, right? To be trendy. So in this course, what do we teach? This is our course outline: Introduction to Freelancing, Appointment Setting, General Virtual Assistance, Social Media Management, Project Management Tools, LinkedIn Optimization, so that is for job, how to get job, Resume and CV Writing, Payment Management, how are you going to get your money, Dollar Account Creation. So I'm working with a company in the US. How do I get my money? How do I create a dollar account? Proposal and cover letter writing, basic graphic design, how to find remote job, Google Workspace, CRM, telesales, portfolio creation, customer support, lead generation, telemarketing, Airbnb, Upwork mastery, interview preparation, and remote work tools. So this is what we teach in the course of this digital skills training. Okay. Of course, everybody likes a good bonus. So you'll be getting a folder containing, some necessary things you need when you're working, like some templates you need when you're providing services online. Then you get access to our support group after the training. So after the training, we don't throw you away. You get to join our alumni group where, we share things. You have a questions, you can come and ask on the group. We have people to support. A client is asking you for something you don't understand. You can come and ask us. They're asking you for something you don't have. We're just there to help you generally. Because if you want to succeed in this journey, you need a community. You need people who are motivating you. You need people who are there for you, right? Then after the training, once you complete the training, for you to say you've completed our training, you would prepare your portfolio. So during the course of the training, we teach you how to prepare your portfolio, and that is what you submit as your project at the end of the training. Once you submit your portfolio, you get your free certificate. So we don't charge you again for certificate. For us, prepare your portfolio. Let us see that you are client ready, and then you get your certificate. So in the course of the training, we have assignments. You can choose an accountability partner, you know, so that someone to also you can speak with, you can ask question. Oh, Coach Victoria gave us this assignment, so I tried this, but it's not working. What have you done? And the person like, oh, this is how I did it and it worked. Just someone to interact with, right? When you were in school, you had friends, you had people you can call and say, okay, has a lecturer come? Those kind of thing. So you can choose one in the course of the training. Then you get to create your portfolio, and then we do interview preparation. We have a mock interview session where we just help you understand what it is like for virtual interviews. All right. More of our students who got jobs. Aminat got a full-time job with a professor in Texas. Imagine working as the virtual assistant for a professor in Texas, right? Full time. We have hundreds. When I say hundreds, it's just I don't want to exaggerate, but we have hundreds of these testimonials from real students who have gone through our training and who have gotten results. Interesting fact about the digital skills training: it is a live online training. So the way we are just like the way we are talking like this, that's the same way the classes are. They are live classes that we run for 5 weeks. Classes, we usually have classes Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. West African time. Now, the beautiful thing about the training is we use Zoom, just like this Zoom we are using now. You just click the link and you join the class, and then we use WhatsApp for communication. But even if you are not available at the exact time when classes we hold, all classes are also recorded. Just like this session we are having now is recorded, and I will share the recording. So all classes are recorded. So you can watch it. If you miss the live class, you can watch it. Even if you attended the live class and you want to go back to something, you have access to watch the class again. Isn't that beautiful? So all classes are recorded and sent to all students. Classes can be taken using a phone or computer. The phone you just used to join this class tonight, that's the same phone you can use to take our classes, or a computer. You don't need previous tech knowledge. As long as you know how to use your phone, you're good to get started. Training is beginner friendly, so we start from the very basics and then build up. Certificate is issued upon completion of the training. So for you to say you've completed our training, you have submitted your portfolio, which we teach you how to create, right? And then you get your free certificate. Now the fee for this 5-week class is only 20,000 naira. um the next training, I think that's the last training for 2025 actually, because me too, I want to do dirty December. So the last training for this year is it will start November 15th. November 15th. So if you want to pay twice, you can pay 10,000, 10,000, and then you join the class. Right? You have to complete payment before you get access to the class. So we just give you that flexible payment so you can pay twice and then join the class. I mean, there's still a bit of time, right? But the fee is just 20,000 naira for the 5-week training. We have myself as the lead trainer, and then we have 2 other trainers who, during the course of the training are also taking you through that journey. Now, usually we have 6 classes in a year: February, April, June, August, October. And the last class of the year is usually within November and December. So for this year, the last class of the year will start November 15th. In this class, you learn 20 plus in-demand skills. You learn remote work tools. You learn how to apply and land jobs in 5 weeks for just 20,000 naira. You can see a breakdown of all what you'll be learning in the course of the training, right? Okay, so to register, of course, registration is ongoing. You make a payment of 20,000 naira, which is, I would call it an early bird fee, basically, to the account number on your screen: Titan Trust Bank to Career Crafters Limited. And then you send your payment receipt. You can send it to our email, or you can send it to the admin if you're on the WhatsApp group, you can send it to any of the admin and you join the group. So last class in 2025 starts November 15. If you're outside Nigeria, we have other payment options for you as well. We can also share that link. All right. So you can take a screenshot of my screen and, if you need that information, which I'm sure you do. So we're going to take questions now. If you have questions about anything we've talked about today, I'll be taking those questions. All right. So you can drop those questions on the chat. We can take questions for the next 10 minutes and then we end this session. Is that okay? Most of us are not tech savvy. Do you guys at Career Crafter teach some of these compulsory skills needed like Google Calendar? Yes, yes. We teach Google Workspace. If you see, let me go back to our course outline. You will see Google Workspace. Google Workspace is big. Inside Google Workspace, we are teaching you like 5 tools inside Google Workspace. That's Google Calendar, Google Sheet, Google Drive, Google Doc, right? Yeah. So that's Google Workspace. So we are teaching you, those relevant tools you need to learn how to use. We're also teaching you some skills that you can provide as service. So you can work in the Airbnb industry, you can work in the sales, telesales, you can do telemarketing, you can do customer support, you can do lead generation, you can be a general virtual assistant, you can do you can do social media management, you can do appointments. So you can do a whole lot. Or if you already have a skill, you can still attend a training to learn the tools, right? And then how to translate or how to apply for jobs. So it is a well-rounded training. Is it possible for someone who doesn't have computer knowledge to also join? So what I always say about having computer knowledge is that computer is not magic. Those of you who did computer in maybe primary school, you always hear garbage in, garbage out. So it is what you feed the computer, it gives to you. It's not magic. It's not a magician. The same way you hold your phone, your smartphone, you turn it on, you open WhatsApp, you write a text, your message, right? You do voice note, you put something on your status, you change your profile picture. You do different things. That is the same way all of these tools, you also learn how to use them step by step, and you can fly from there. So I would say don't be scared that you don't know how to use a computer. Once your phone, we call it smartphone, is a mini computer. There are days when I'm running, maybe I went on a quick errand, I'm running late. I've not gotten, maybe I left my laptop at home. I can log in with my phone and start working first till I get home before switching to my computer. So your phone is a mini computer. You can start learning with your phone, or if you have access to a computer, start working, start learning. Little by little, you get there. I love crunching numbers. What skill should I go for? Well, when you say crunching numbers, I don't know exactly. Is it data entry? Are you an accountant? Do you know bookkeeping? These are things that has to do with numbers. So you can explore any of those fields. I want to pay for the training, but the time is not convenient for me. So our classes are Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday, 7 p.m. If you're not able to attend live, all the classes are recorded, so you can watch them at your own time. And then, the group where you can talk is there. You can also ask questions, right? So if you're able to follow the recording, that's fine. The truth is everybody is busy, right? Everybody has different time that works for them. Even if we put it in the morning, some people will say, I'm going to work. We put it in the evening, some people will say, I'm just coming back from work, right? So we just have to pick a time. Okay. I am into healthcare and that's my major strength. Are there VA jobs in healthcare? Yes. We call it telehealth. You can work with hospitals abroad. You can work with like psychiatric homes, right? People do offer therapy sessions online. They also need virtual assistants. When will the class begin? On the 15th of November. Okay. Can I register around November 5th? So registration will be ending like November 10th, because actually, even though we say the class starts November 15th, we like to start onboarding you guys, like, telling you the tools to download, so you can set it up on time. We like to start like maybe start giving you those information like 2 days before class starts. So we like to end registration maybe 2 or 3 days before class starts so that we can start giving you those information so that you can start, if you need to download on your phone, if you need to, set up those things. So you can do it before class starts on the 15th, right? Let me see if I have more. What about those that are good in writing stories, more like content writing? Yes, content writing is also a good thing to do. Even though we don't teach content writing in our training, if you already have learned content writing, you can still attend our training to, learn how to apply for jobs, how to attend interviews, how to open a dollar account. There's still a lot of benefit for you, even if you already have a skill. But if you don't have a skill, we are also teaching you some of these skills that you can, start using to provide services to clients. Um, Is it possible for someone, okay, I've answered this question. I'm having issues learning a job, though I have the skill. So what I would say to those who have issues learning a job, I gave an example of Gifted who got a $1,000 monthly job today, like this evening. She registered with us in April, right? Like I said earlier, she might have been getting smaller jobs, but this is her first major job, right? Because the way she ran into my DMA. So the thing is, the same way we have lawyers who went to school for how many years do lawyer go to school? Doctors who do 6, 7 years, accountants, all of these people. And every year we have people who are gaining admission to universities to study these same courses. When they come out, what happened? What happened when you graduate as a doctor? You will still have to maybe go and do your residency somewhere. You have to, you still have to apply for jobs. You will still have to apply. That's the thing about life. Whatever course you read in the university, or even if you did not go to university, you will still have to apply for job. So don't think that because it is the benefit of having it online is that now, let's say instead of just applying to jobs in Lagos, maybe you are based in Lagos, instead of just applying to jobs in Lagos, now you have access to apply to jobs all over the world. So you see that your opportunity is bigger. So if you have learned the skill, you have to put in the work. If I am, for example, now this 30 December that is coming, I might decide, okay, I need money to spend this, to play around. I can say, okay, maybe I have 3 hours daily free time. I can go and start applying for jobs to fill up that time. If you see me when I'm applying for jobs, I take it seriously. You don't apply for 10 jobs and say you've applied. No. That's why I said earlier, you need motivation. You need something that keeps pushing you. You need a community that keeps motivating you. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. That's the truth. You have to keep checking what is the problem. There's this guy, I think his name is Daniel. He's in our community. So he was telling us in the last town hall meeting we had that after the training, he started applying for jobs. He was not getting any result, like no reply. Sometimes just unfortunately reply, right? So he realized that there's something wrong. He's not applying right. So he had to work on his application. Once he started applying right, he started getting calls for interviews. It took him a while to find out what his problem was. He started getting calls for interviews. Once he started getting calls for interviews, he started attending interviews. Then he started receiving once he attended interview, they'll tell him, we are moving forward with somebody. He attended several interviews and none of them hired him. So he told himself, I have battled and now I have learned how to apply. But my problem now is interview. What did he do? He started, improving himself, standing in front of his mirror, practicing, practicing, practicing. By the time he got a hang of it, he applied, got interview, attended the interview, and got the job. So you see, for some people, it's a step-by-step process. For some people, they will apply only 1 week and they will get job. Everybody's destiny, is different. So what I will say to you as my advice is keep pushing, keep trying. If you decide to stop, maybe that is the day you would have gotten a job. That's the honest truth. That is what I would tell you as my own experience as well. All right. Let me see if we have any more questions. For someone that has gone through this training, how do I apply and get jobs effectively? I think we talked about you need to work on your resume, you need to work on your portfolio, you need to work on your proposal, you need to work on your cover letter. We talked about that this evening. How can one create a foreign account? Well, that's part of what we teach. I cannot come and be telling you now how to create foreign accounts. Let me see. Do we have to wait till the end of the 5-week training before we start applying for job? No, you can start applying during the training. Once you have a hang of it, you can start applying. The certification we are getting, does it cover all the courses that will be taught? So the certificate you are getting is a virtual assistant certificate. We cannot give you a certificate for everything now. So it's one certificate as a virtual assistant. I'm into teaching. Is there any niche for me in VA? So you might decide to start teaching people abroad, right? A lot of our people in diaspora, I can start teaching them and earning real well. Or you can start their tutorials like centers online. You register with them, you teach people. That also works. For telehealth, do you also train on the software? No, we don't. We don't. I'm an electrical engineer by profession. Any chance for me in the market? There's chance for everybody. Like I said, what you need to do is find out what you love doing or what you know how to do. Then find out this thing now that I love and know how to do. Is there a market for it? Or is there a way I can package it so that there is a market for it? So that clients are willing to pay for it. I use example of talking. I use talking as an example. You can talk and earn 50K. You can talk and earn 200K. You can talk and earn 1 million. Depending on how you package that you're talking now, it just takes a bit of, research. All right. I'm a professional graphic designer. Can I apply for the training? Yes, you can. Where is the place for a teacher in VA? So you must not work as a teacher. I'm a teacher. Oh. I worked in a primary school for a while. I'm a teacher, and I am licensed with TRCN. So it, like I said, it doesn't mean you must do the exact thing that you know how to do. All you need to do is find a way to package what you can do into a way that clients are willing to pay. How can you tell a genuine request from abroad, keeping in mind that scams are everywhere? Yes, there are scams everywhere. That's the truth. But that's why sometimes you use verified platform. If you get a verified job on Upwork, there's a form of security. If you get a verified job on Freelancer, there's a form of security. And after a while, once you are into the game, you can smell scam a mile away. People are scammed when they are desperate. You are scammed when you want to, you see those jobs online now that they are promoting. They'll tell you earn $5,000 a month doing nothing. Work 2 hours every day and make $3,000 monthly. It suits you. You just you are looking for free money. That's when they scam you. So anything that sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Anything that is requiring you to pay for anything is most likely a scam. No legit clients would ask you to come and pay to work with them. No. Instead, they're the one that they're supposed to pay you for your work. So if they're requesting you to pay anything or buy anything, it's most likely a scam. If you joined late, you will get the recording, you can watch the recording. So I don't want us to exceed, I said we're going to use 1 hour 30 minutes. I don't want us to exceed that. So can I secure a job as an editor? Yes, you can. With Copilot like AI, ChatGPT, will foreign companies still be needing VA? I use, in fact, the way I teach our students to use ChatGPT, we use it like they will ban it tomorrow. But these clients still need us. Are you telling me that yes, there might be some roles that will become extinct as a result of AI, but that is where your improvement comes in. As I still take courses, I still pay for trainings, I still learn, I still read. That's the only way I can stay on top of my game. I don't see AI taking my job. That is it. Okay. What's a job application proposal? What does it entail? Is it the same as resume? No, it's not the same as resume. There are different ways to write proposals depending on the platform where you're applying. It's just you explaining to the client how you will get the job done, why you are the best person for the job, how much you're going to charge. It's just like a proposal, like a contract proposal, something similar. But there are ways we do it to get the attention of the client. Is the training online? Yes, the training is online. The same way I am gisting with you guys now is the same way the training is going to be online. Okay, so you can chat any of the admin on the group, or you can reach out to us through any of this means if you have questions or you have inquiries. My Instagram is Coach Victoria underscore Career Crafters Academy Facebook page, our website, career-craftersacademy.com. You can send us a WhatsApp message on our main line, the first one, and you can send us an email, info@career-craftersacademy.com, or you can, put a call through. Please don't call at night, though. Please. Okay, so if you have further questions, you can chat any of the admins or you can reach out to us. We are there to help and answer your questions. So thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate you guys joining us today. And I look forward to seeing you all in class. After the training, are we added to a community follow-up? Yes, you join our support community. We don't know. We know that after the training, you still need constant support. You still need that motivation from people. So no, we don't just throw you away after the training. All right, so the training is 20,000 naira for 5 weeks. Class will start on the 15th of November. That is the last class for 2025. That's the last class for 2025. 20,000 naira, 15th of November, 5 weeks. Classes are held Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. All classes are also recorded. You can join the class with your phone or your computer. Whether you have technology or not, you can join the training. It is beginner friendly. Thank you so much for your time and good night, everybody. May God bless us all. Have a good night rest.